Hello, passionate basketball fan. Welcome to your ultimate destination for everything related to the Golden State Warriors, a franchise that represents more than just championships. It's a symbol of a revolution in how the game is played and understood. Before we dive straight into today's topic, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications, because what comes next could mark the beginning of a brand new chapter in Warriors history. Today's topic is taking over NBA discussions and stirring excitement among fans around the world. Sotto, the young Filipino giant, is reportedly on the radar of the San Francisco team. Standing at an impressive 2.21 meters tall, he's been attracting attention from an early age. But now the buzz is of a different kind. There are growing rumors that his name is being seriously considered in the Warriors' front office, and that possibility could shake the very foundation of the team. Kai isn't just a physical giant. He's a symbol of a new generation of athletes who combine technique, tactical intelligence, and above-average court vision. Raised in the Philippines, a country where basketball runs deep in the cultural DNA, Kai has always been a local standout. But now, the stage is global, and he's ready to take a step that could transform not only his career, but also the direction of the NBA. Currently, Kai plays for the Hiroshima Dragonflies in Japan's competitive B-League. In a short time, he's already made his mark with respectable averages in rebounds, points, and blocks. But what stands out the most isn't just the numbers. It's the way he impacts the game. Kai asserts himself defensively, understands positioning, and doesn't shy away from making decisions in key moments. That's caught the attention of American scouts, who are now closely monitoring his development. Physically, he has everything a team like the Warriors needs: height, long arms, and surprisingly smooth movement for someone his size. But there's more. In both practice and games, Kai has been developing his mid-range shot, along with a soft touch around the rim. He's not a stationary big man. He's mobile, smart, and above all, adaptable. Just imagine his impact within a system as fluid as Golden State's. With constant ball movement and a focus on floor spacing, Kai could play a key role. While the shooters do their work on the perimeter, he could protect the basket, battle for rebounds, and stretch the defense with his shooting threat. A modern big, ready for the future of basketball, and the fit goes beyond tactics. The Warriors have struggled to protect the paint against more physical and dominant centers. Interior defense has been a weak point in recent seasons, especially when opponents slow the pace and play with physicality. With Kai, the team could flip that script. He has the tools to become a defensive anchor, someone who sets the tone and commands respect. The Warriors' culture also favors versatile players. It's not enough to be good in just one role. You have to contribute on multiple fronts, understand the collective system, and impact both ends of the court. Kai seems to embody that mindset. He's not just promising, he's disciplined, committed, and already shows maturity to grow quickly in a competitive NBA environment. Now think about the cultural impact of this signing. The Bay Area is home to one of the largest Filipino communities outside of the Philippines. Having Kai wear a Warriors jersey would be a historic milestone, something that goes beyond sports. He would become a symbol of representation, pride, and belonging for thousands of fans. On top of that, the marketing would skyrocket. Sponsors, brands, and the NBA itself would see a massive opportunity for growth in Southeast Asia. But like every rising talent, Kai also faces challenges. The transition from the B-League to the NBA is monumental. The speed, intensity, and physical demands of the American League are on another level. Kai will need to improve in areas such as lateral quickness, physical strength in contact situations, and maintaining consistency at a high level. The good news? He'd have the ideal mentors around him. Names like Stephen Curry and Draymond Green would be fundamental in this process. Curry could teach him about quiet leadership, court vision, and a champion's mindset. Draymond, on the other hand, would be crucial for his defensive development, showing Kai how to use his body and timing to dominate without necessarily being explosive. As of now, there's no official confirmation that the Warriors are ready to make an offer, but sources close to the situation suggest internal discussions are happening. There's real interest, and if a final push comes, Kai could very well become the emerging new face of the franchise. His presence would also give the Warriors more depth in the front court, an area that's been a concern. While Looney and others fill important roles, the team lacks a long-term option who combines youth, potential, and immediate impact. Kai would fill that gap. He's not just a tall player, he's a complete project. An athlete who can play inside and out, who's learning to read defenses, make smart passes, and make good decisions under pressure. With time and the right environment, he could become a real difference maker, even in the most decisive moments like the playoffs or tough matchups against elite big men. Offensively, his contributions go far beyond dunks and layups. He's been sharpening his mid-range game and is already testing a few three-point attempts. If that progress continues, Kai will be an extremely versatile offensive piece, creating space for shooters, offering pick-and-roll options, and even operating in isolation when needed. Defensively, his size and natural shot-blocking timing are already valuable assets. But what truly sets him apart is his ability to cover ground with agility, something rare in players that tall. He can contest perimeter shots and still recover in time to protect the rim. That kind of defensive versatility would be a golden addition to the Warriors roster. His tactical fit with Golden State's style is nearly perfect. The team thrives on speed, court awareness, and flexibility. Kai could slot into lineups that need a stronger paint presence or more open sets where his mobility gets tested. He'd have the freedom to be more than a rim protector. He could become an extension of the team's tactical brain. Steve Kerr's system emphasizes quick decision-making and team-first basketball. Kai would fit right in with this style, especially with his ability to pass from the high post. He could initiate plays, find cutters, or swing the ball with precision. For a team that values movement and timing, that's pure gold. In transition, even as a center, Kai doesn't fall behind. He has already shown that he can run the floor and keep up with fast breaks, as well as finish effectively in situations of numerical advantage. This ability to be present on both ends of the court at high speed is exactly the kind of attribute the Warriors value. Of course, a full adaptation to the NBA will take time. He will face opponents who are much stronger, more technical, and faster. But all of that can be overcome with the right structure. And the Warriors have a history of developing talent with patience and strategy. Kai would be in good hands. Another key point in this possible trajectory of Kai Sotto in the NBA is the symbolic and emotional impact he can have on millions of people around the world, especially in the Philippines. For many, he is already more than just a rising player. He represents a dream that once seemed unattainable, to see a Filipino athlete competing on the biggest stage of world basketball. If he signs with the Warriors, that dream becomes reality, and the magnitude of this achievement cannot be underestimated. In a country where basketball is almost a religion, Kai is already an idol. But playing in the NBA, especially on a team like the Warriors, would elevate him even further. He would become an international icon, a symbol of hope, determination, and perseverance. A daily reminder that geographic, economic, and cultural barriers can be overcome with dedication and talent. Within the Warriors' structure, Kai would have access to state-of-the-art athlete development, top-tier nutrition, individualized training, physical and psychological support, all geared toward helping each player become the best version of themselves. And in Kai's case, this process would be especially strategic. It wouldn't just be about refining a talent, but about preparing someone to carry the weight of a passionate nation on his shoulders. The narrative is powerful. A young man born in a city where basketball courts are often improvised, who grew up dreaming of playing professionally, who watched NBA games on TV and now could stand side by side with the best in the world. Kai Sotto's story has all the elements of a sporting epic. And once again, the Warriors could make history by betting on that name. Culturally, Kai's presence would also serve as a direct bridge between continents. The Warriors' fan base, already global, could expand even further. The connection with the Asian public would strengthen in an unprecedented way, opening doors to new partnerships, new marketing campaigns, and, of course, new business opportunities. The NBA has always been smart in globalizing the game, and this would be yet another masterstroke. From a technical standpoint, Kai's adaptation to the NBA style might be challenging, but not impossible. He has already shown a consistent growth curve in every league he's played in. In Japan, he quickly made his presence known. In Australia, during his stint in the NBL, he also had moments where he flashed what he could become. The next natural step is to face the best, and for that, he needs to be in an environment that values and develops his identity. The Warriors, led by an experienced coaching staff and a championship-winning core, can provide the ideal foundation. There, Kai wouldn't be pressured to be the team's savior right away. He would have time to grow, to understand the American game, and most importantly, to mentally strengthen under the massive responsibility he carries. It's worth remembering that throughout history, the Warriors haven't hesitated to give young talents the space to shine. Whether through draft picks or relatively unknown international players, the franchise has a record of betting on pieces that seemed off the radar and turning them into stars. With Kai, that pattern could repeat. The idea of seeing him share the court with icons like Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and other team talents is simply thrilling. It would be a unique opportunity to learn from the best, to understand how to perform in crucial games, how to deal with media pressure, how to stay focused when all eyes are on you. Kai is not just a tall center with good potential. He's a player who thinks the game, moves intelligently, understands his role within the team, and doesn't settle for the basics. He wants to be great, and that ambition, paired with the right environment, can turn him into something far beyond what anyone expects. There's also an emotional dimension. Kai's journey carries a strong emotional weight. He represents the voice of millions who've never been heard, the dreams of generations that never made it. His rise to the top of basketball is not just a sporting achievement, it's an act of representation, a cry of affirmation, a national pride that reaches across the globe. For the Warriors, beyond all the technical, strategic, and market-related factors, bringing Kai Sotto in would be embracing that story, becoming a part of it, and writing, alongside him, a new chapter, perhaps one of the most emotional and meaningful of the decade in the NBA. If this deal goes through and Kai truly wears the franchise's jersey, the impact will be immediate. Social media will explode, game broadcasts will hit record numbers in the Philippines, arenas will be filled with flags, jerseys, and banners in Tagalog. It will be a frenzy, and all of this will further fuel the ecosystem the Warriors have been building for years. Looking toward the future, it's possible to imagine Kai as much more than a useful player. He could become a cornerstone, a technical and emotional leader, someone who inspires both on and off the court, someone who defines an era not just for the franchise but for the NBA as a whole, someone who represents the full globalization of basketball. But everything starts with a single step, and that step can be taken now. With the right planning, proper development, and patience, Kai has everything it takes to establish himself. He's young, eager to learn, and willing to work hard. What he needs is an environment that believes in his process. And let's be honest, few places do that as well as the Warriors. Entering the NBA through the front door, Kai would also have the chance to shape his global image from the very beginning. He could become an ambassador for Asian basketball, the face of social responsibility campaigns, a strong name in initiatives for inclusion and cultural diversity in sports. The NBA needs these stories, and Kai has one of the most genuine. The question now is the Golden State Warriors organization ready to embrace this mission? Because if they are, the basketball world is about to witness something truly special, and you, as a fan, can say you followed it from the very beginning. When we talk about global impact, it's not just about numbers or viewership. It's about the power of a story that connects with millions. Kai Sotto isn't just a story of sporting rise, he is the embodiment of a collective dream. His presence on the Warriors would give new meaning to the word representation within the NBA. And more than that, imagine the effect it would have on the younger generation. A Filipino boy, or even a young Asian from any part of the world, could look at Kai and think, if he made it, so can I. This ripple effect is what builds legacies, what turns sports into something beyond competition. It's when basketball touches people's hearts. The NBA has seen moments like this before. when Dirk Nowitzki dominated the league coming from Germany, when Yao Ming brought China to the center of the NBA spotlight, when Giannis Antetokounmpo put Greece on the map in the new era of basketball. Each of them created a bridge between their people and the league. Now, Kai Sotto could be that bridge for the Philippines. And why not? For the entire Southeast Asian region. Looking ahead, Kai can absolutely become one of the cornerstone pieces of a rebuilding Warriors team. With some veterans aging and the need to build the next winning core, betting on someone like Kai would be a long-term move. He has the tools, the discipline, and the right environment to make that happen. Beyond his on-court impact, there's something even more powerful that Kai carries: identity. He's the type of player who unites fans, energizes communities, and carries a flag that many thought was invisible in the NBA landscape. And the moment he steps onto an NBA court wearing the Warriors jersey, that flag becomes visible to everyone. Yes, the world's eyes would be on him. The pressure would be enormous, no doubt. But with the right support and a well-structured plan, Kai has everything it takes to respond with maturity, skill, and constant growth. He'd be the type of player who improves with each season, who learns from his mistakes, and who surprises people with his natural development. And even if he doesn't immediately become a statistical standout, his value would be felt in the environment, in the team culture, in the connection with fans, and in the franchise's reach outside the United States. Today's NBA is more global than ever, and the Warriors have a chance to lead yet another revolution, with Kai Sotto as its symbol. Let's go beyond the court. Kai could become a cultural phenomenon. Movies, documentaries, interviews, social initiatives, all of that could be born from his journey. And this is not an exaggeration. Just look at what has happened with other international players who broke barriers. What sets Kai apart is that he arrives carrying an entire nation on his back, a nation that is passionate, engaged, and ready to support him at every step. And for the Warriors, this also means return. Return in viewership, in global visibility, in commercial partnerships, in worldwide relevance, and all that with a player who, on top of everything else, can be extremely useful on the court. This isn't just a marketing move, it's a smart basketball decision with huge growth potential. From a technical standpoint, Kai still has areas to improve, gaining muscle mass, lateral quickness on defense, pick-and-roll reads, and shooting consistency. But if we look at how far he's already come, it's clear the potential is there, just waiting for the right opportunity to explode. And that opportunity may come wearing the blue and gold of the Warriors. Time will tell if this deal will materialize, but the stage is being set. The behind-the-scenes movement, the media attention, the growing rumors, everything points to something bigger taking shape. And when something like this starts gaining momentum, it usually means it's no longer just a possibility. Now it's a matter of decision, of courage, of vision. The Golden State Warriors have proven over the years that they're not afraid to innovate, to think outside the box, to take risks. That's been the essence of the team that changed the NBA. And that same essence could lead them to invest in Kai Sotto, not as an experiment, but as a real commitment to the future. And if that happens, we'll be witnessing one of the most symbolic moments of the decade in global basketball. The moment where talent, culture, and history come together in one player. The moment when the dream of millions finds a concrete opportunity. The moment when Kai Sotto becomes a warrior, in every sense of the word. As we come to the end of this special feature, the question that remains is, do you believe Kai Sotto could be that missing piece for the Warriors? Does he have what it takes to adapt, evolve, and earn his place in NBA history? If you enjoyed this content, go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. That helps us a lot to keep bringing in-depth exclusive videos with everything you need to know about the Warriors, the NBA, and the next generation of game changers. Thank you for sticking with us until the end. Stay tuned, because in basketball, just like in life, the greatest plays often come from where no one expects. We'll see you in the next video, and until then, let's go Dubs.